What up, guys? Today I want to talk a little bit about embracing the ugly and boring sets. Okay, now so much if you watch pickup videos, probably not on my channel, but on other channels, a lot of the things you're going to see are going to be very flashy, very over the top, very extreme. Essentially, this is just a marketing tactic, right? They just pick the most ridiculous, outlandish, crazy scenarios, right? And they market this as good game, okay? And a classic example would be like Julian being like calling girls dog, right? That's not actually what good game is or what good game looks like, okay? That's cheap thrills, spiking people's buying temperature and getting their attention, but that's not actually what you need for good game, okay? Now, a lot of good game is really, really boring, all right? If somebody was to write it down or to copy the transcript, it would seem like a totally normal conversation, and it is. But you can bet your money that if you write down exactly what I'm saying and some other guy goes out and says those same things, it's going to have a different effect, okay? Now, why is that? Well, essentially, what attraction comes from is not the content of what you're saying, but actually these subcommunications, the voice tone, the body language, eye contact, all of the fundamentals which are intangible but make up the biggest, most important piece of the puzzle. All right, so that's why when you're walking down the street and you're talking to a girl, all you need to do is establish yourself as human. Right? All you need to do is show her that you are a normal man, generally hygienic, has a life, has friends, is not a serial killer, right? And once those boxes are checked off, she might start to see you as a possible sexual partner, all right? But I know it sounds crazy, but right at the first few seconds, if you approach a girl, especially in Japan, they're going to think of you a little bit alien, right? Like a blob of foreignness coming into their vision, right? Coming into their line of sight, right? And more often than not, Japanese people view foreigners through some sort of strange lens, as if they're like almost like on the other side of a zoo cage, all right? So they're not particularly taking you very seriously, and all you need to do, the bar is very, very low, all you need to do is just come across as generally normal, all right? I can't stress that enough, right? Of course, it helps to understand her world. Of course, it helps to show her that you care and that you're interested and that you're, all those other things, social, hygienic, right? But really, it just comes down to being normal, right? So don't think that you have to have some magical, amazing line or some crazy, outlandish, funny joke in order to win her over. Most of the times, that's not what's going to win the girl over, all right? So focus on those fundamentals, hammer those in, and on top of that, embrace the ugly set. All right, now what do I mean by embrace the ugly set? I don't mean go hug the fat girl, right, in the club, right? That's not what I mean. What I mean is sometimes when you open a girl, it's going to be weird, right? She might pick up the phone immediately right as you say hi to her, and she's like looking at you and on the phone as well, okay? Or maybe her boyfriend comes up and is like, oh, hey, like, nice to meet you, or whatever. Embrace that. Go with it. Roll with it. Be chill. Be normal. And magical things will happen, all right? So you never want to try to be too James Bondy, too crafting the perfect situation, because realistically the perfect situation is very rare, all right? There's always going to be messy things. You might walk into a pole, she might trip and fall because she's wearing heels. All these crazy things can happen, and you just got to roll with it, okay? So don't worry too much about looking cool, right? And that includes having a cool thing to say, or being super cool as you approach, making it look super incidental and natural. That's cool if it happens, but you can't always ask for that. So it's much better to just embrace however it comes, right? Embrace the interaction however it comes. Follow your desires, not what you think might be successful or might fail, right? So if you see a girl, she's walking fast, it's easy to think, she must be in a hurry, right? But actually, if you approach them, sometimes they'll just stop completely and be like, oh, hey, right? Like, what's up, right? And it's gonna shock you and surprise you, right? So what I'm saying is, if you find a girl attractive, if you're interested, if you're desiring her, just go straight in. Don't worry about like what is the perfect time to, like I'm just gonna wait until she goes to the bar and then I'll go get her. Just dive right in there, right? Make the approach, even if it's ugly, even if it's a little bit weird or awkward or sloppy or just kind of boring, right? Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're out there taking that action, putting yourself in front of that girl, and of course hammering those fundamentals. All right, so that is how to embrace the ugly set and just be normal. That's all you really got to do. It's not really that complicated. All right, guys, I will see you next time.